Hey guys, it's Dawn Marie here. Welcome back to my channel where I share tips and tutorials on digital product marketing. Plus, I'm also documenting my journey of starting my own digital product business from scratch, and I will be sharing all the insights and behind the scenes with you. So if you're interested in following my journey, please do stick around and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified of when I post a new video. Okay, so in today's video, let's build an ebook lead generation sales funnel with LeadPages from scratch. Now, first of all, let's define what a sales funnel is. A sales funnel is like a roadmap for turning potential customers into paying ones. So it's a strategic framework that guides people through a series of steps, gradually narrowing down your audience until you're left with those who are most interested in what you have to offer. So when you're thinking of building your ebook lead generation sales funnel, you need to ask yourself, what is your goal for this funnel? Do you simply want people to opt in for free to get the ebook, or do you want to try to convert them into a sale? If you're using lead generation as one of your goals, there are two ways in which you can try to convert your website visitor into a sale. So you can use the tripwire strategy, which converts potential customers or leads into paying customers by offering them a low cost, high value product or service immediately after they opt in. Or you can take the lead through a series of nurture emails and convert them through the emails. Now, the last method that I just described is how I typically convert my email subscribers, and I set out exactly how to do this in my 10-day action plan for launching and selling a digital product like your ebook. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description box below. So let's first think about this funnel. So you have an ebook, you want to give it away, but then you want to sell another ebook. So what we can do is we can do it like this. Your ebook, which you are giving away, is the first chapter of the book that you want to sell, right? So the journey for the visitor could be something like this. They land on your website and they opt in for the first free chapter of your ebook. When they opt in, they're going to get to a thank you page, right? So that thank you page could be a sales page that then sells the main ebook. Obviously, you then have to set up email sequences to continue to follow up with the leads after they opt in. But for now, all I want to do is build out the actual system. So I'm building out the funnel that will make the sale. So the funnel is what we would refer to as the system. And to prepare for this, here's what I need. I need my website builder, which is LeadPages. If you've never used LeadPages before and want to try it out, to get a 14-day free trial by using my link, which I've put in the description box below. This link is an affiliate link, so if you do click on it and go on to make a purchase, LeadPages will pay me a small thank you commission for referring you to them, but this is at no additional cost to you. You also need an email CRM, which is what you'll use to write out your emails and send them to your email subscribers. So those are those who opt in. Of course, if you are not new to my channel and you've been around for a long time, you know that I use Aweber. You'll also need your lead magnet, which is the thing you're giving away for free. In this example, we're going to use the first chapter of the ebook. So you need to create that as a separate book to your main book. You also need the main ebook, which is what you will sell. You need a Stripe or payment processor like PayPal. I'll use Stripe in this instance because it's already integrated with LeadPages. But in this video, I show you how to use Sendout to accept both PayPal and Stripe with LeadPages. PayPal doesn't integrate easily with LeadPages, so you need to use a third-party tool like Sendout to accept payments. You also need your copy or the content that you're going to add to your website pages. So this content can be the words, the images, or video that you want to add. To make it simple, I'm just going to add some words and an image of my ebook to start. You also need the emails that you will write to your subscriber when they opt in. If you don't know what to say when your subscribers opt in, I have a 10-day done for you welcome email series that you can purchase to help you set up your subscriber emails. These emails are typically what I use to write to my subscribers and then convert them into sales. I'll make sure to put a link in the description box below for that. Now, if it's the first time you're using LeadPages, you also need a domain, so make sure that you set that up first. I won't show you how to do that, but you can easily search on Google LeadPages how to learn how to set up a domain to get started there. Okay, so let's get started. So to start, I have my copy. So this is all the copy that I will be adding onto this funnel. So I have my lead opt-in page copy, sales page, and then my thank you page copy. I also have the image that I'm going to use. So it's just an image of my ebook. Now you don't need to use an image on the opt-in page, but I like showing the visitor what it is they're getting. Now let's build this out in LeadPages. So I'm first of all going to log into LeadPages. Then I'm going to go to landing pages and then create new landing page. Now you'll see that LeadPages already give you so many options for templates that you can use so that you can get inspiration for your own lead opt-in page. For example, with this lead page, this is exactly how I want my landing page. So I typically, when I'm building my lead pages or opt-in pages, I typically like having an image on the left, my copy on the right, along with my form or button that is under the copy, and also a headline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this into a separate window to use as inspiration. And then I'm going to go ahead and create my ebook, my landing page, sorry, from scratch. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to type blank into the search, which is will provide me with a blank page. And then I'll click start building. So I'm going to name my page just for my own reference. Then click continue. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to add my logo, and I'm going to go to sections, then section type, scroll down to logos, and I'm going to drag and drop the first one into the first section here. Now you'll see that this has a placeholder for 4 logos, but I only have one. So I'm going to delete 3 of them. Let's just close this off. I'm going to delete 3 of them. 1, 2, let's delete this one, 3. Next, I'm going to replace this image with my logo and resize it the way that I want. So I'm going to go to image, and I'm just going to quickly search. In essence, is that. And I'm going to use this paintbrush icon to resize it. Now, when you're resizing the logo, make sure that it will be a good size for mobile and it wouldn't appear too small. We'll test this once we're finished with the page. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add another section, which will be where I'm going to add my image as well as my text. So this is the section where I want to add my image and text, but you will see that this is just one section and we need to divide it into 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the settings, but with the 3 dots, edit section settings. I'm going to click back, and you can see that section style highlights this area here. So you can see that this row only has 1 column. If I click on the drop down, it only has 1 column, but I want 2 columns. So to make the second column, I'm just going to duplicate the column, not the row, but the column. So you can see now that there's 1 column and the second column. So this column I would use for my image, and the second column I would use for my text. Perfect. Now let's add our image. So let's go to the widgets, and I'm going to drag the image widget onto the canvas, And then I'm also going to drag the text widget onto the canvas as well. Okay, now I can upload my image by clicking add an image, then the image icon. Make sure that you are on upload images, select file, and find the image for your ebook. Go to my uploaded images when you see that green tick, and then click on the image and insert image. Perfect. If you want to resize this image, you can do so by clicking on the paintbrush icon here, and again, resizing it if you want. But I'm going to leave it at 100 for now, just to see how that is. Okay, so let's add our text. First, I want to make sure that my text includes a headline and content like this one. So this is how I want it. So I have my copy here, and this is my headline. Let's copy my headline. And I am going to apply some formatting to the headline. I'll put a headline 1. And also I'm just going to apply the railway font, and the break margin, I'm going to reduce it to 1. Next, I want to add another text widget, and this is where I'm going to add my content. I'm just going to drag this across here. I want this to be, again, railway. I will leave the text size as 5. Line spacing, I'm going to increase it to 5. And then I'll leave the break margin as 1. I don't want this to be bold, but I think it's bolded because there is some text in here that's bolded. Okay, that looks good. Now I want to add a form so that people won't have to click a button to open a form. So you can do it 2 ways. You can either add the form widget, like so, where people can just simply enter their details and then click sign up, or you can add a button widget where people can click on the button, it will open a form, and then people can enter their details into the form. So if I were to click add a click event, then open a pop-up, create a new pop-up. So this is what they will see. They will see this pop-up that appears, and I'm just going to customize the text on this pop-up. So I will say, where can we send your free chapter? I don't want that to be headline 2. Let's make it headline 2 railway. I'll leave it as 7, and break margin I will put as 1. Okay, so once we've added our form, we also need to configure the form so that it will deliver the ebook. So you can deliver the ebook via your CRM. You just want to make sure that your CRM can be integrated with LeadPages. But for this video, we're going to deliver the ebook with LeadPages' own features. So I want to show you how to do everything within LeadPages. So this video won't show you how to integrate a third-party CRM. I might create another video for that if you let me know in the comments that you want me to do so. Okay, so let's start configuring this form now. So let's click into the form. It will open the integrations menu. So I'm going to leave everything as is here. I've already set up my delivery for where I want my notifications to be sent. Of course, you can just simply click the drop down if you haven't yet set yours up, and click manage available emails, where you will be able to manage emails just by adding your email address. Click add email. So every time somebody opts into your page, you will receive a notification about it. So once that is there, you can enable spam or bot protection. What that will do is that will add a security check on the form so that people can verify that they are a real person. If you don't do that, sometimes people might spam your forms. I haven't had any problem with this, so I've not activated this spam filter. So let's click next fields. Now, what information do you want from visitors? I want to capture a name and email. So I'm going to click on add a field and then first name. Let's click done because I don't need to configure anything within that box, and I'm just going to move first name to the top so you can see how it appears here in the form. Okay, so let's click on next actions. And we are at the section where we want to tell lead pages where do we want to take the visitor to. Now remember from our plan, we want people to first opt in, then we want them to buy our main product, right? So we're creating that tripwire page after they opt in. So that's where we want to take them to. But in order to select that page, from here, you will select landing page. You will first have to create that page, but we haven't created it yet. So that's why you won't see it in the list of landing pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this as default lead pages. Thank you. Thank you page for the moment. And then I'm going to come back to this later. Right? We also need to add a lead magnet because when someone opts in, we need to deliver the free first chapter that they have opted in for. So let's click on the downward facing arrow. Let's scroll down. And now we're going to add a new lead magnet because we don't yet have one set up. So we need to create one. Okay, so to create a new lead magnet, let's click on create new lead magnet. And I already have copy for this lead magnet as well. So the sender's name would be the business name that's delivering the ebook. So for now, I'm going to put my name as the author's name and also my email as the author's email address. I already have my email subject line, which is here. And then the download button text, which I'll put as there. And then I can upload my file. So you can upload the file, which will allow lead pages to deliver it to the person who has opted in for your ebooks. Let's click browse, and I'm going to add chapter 1 only. Then I'm going to include my message. I don't believe that lead pages allows personalization, so I'm just going to click say hello and then the rest of my message. Okay, so everything is as it is. I'm going to click save. Right, so we have the lead magnet created here. I'm going to go back to lead pages. Let's click on refresh to bring in the new lead magnet. And here it is. So let's select it. And then we will click save and close. Now, you may not like how the appearance of this button on this pop-up. So if you want to change the content on the button, just click into the button and backspace. I'm going to change this to get chapter 1 for free. Okay, if you also want to change maybe the style of the button to your own brand colors, you will see that it opens the button menu here. You can change the button to so it's small, large. If you don't want it full width, you can toggle that button off. So you will see that it goes a little bit shorter and fits the space of the actual words on the button. You can align it to the left, to the right, but I want mine center. And you can also customize the button. So whether you want it a different color, maybe you want it in your brand colors. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it as it was before. Okay, so let's close this. Now you would notice that we were customizing the pop-up form, so we also need to customize this button as well. So someone will actually click on the button first, the form will pop up, and then they will be able to enter their details. So let's click into the button and add the call to action there as well. I want this full width, that's it. So now someone clicks and they will get access to the form. Let's see if I can make this my primary. Right, okay, and I want this to be full width. All right, so that is how I have created my lead page. Now, the last thing that I want to do is I want to add a footer. On your footer for your lead opt-in page, you always want to add a privacy policy. So to do that, I'm just going to add a section, and then I am going to go to the section type. Let's scroll down to blank. And I just want one section. So not two or three sections, but just one here. And I'm also going to go to the widgets to add my text. And within this text area, I'm just going to say, right, my business name, and then I'm going to add privacy policy, where you can link to your privacy policy. Let's format the text. I want this to be railway. I'm going to reduce the text size to maybe 3. Okay, and let's put this to the center. So in order to include your privacy policy or link to it, I'm just going to highlight privacy policy, then click on this icon here, which is a link. Then I'm going to link to an external URL, and that's where you're able to add the privacy policy link. Make sure that you do tick this box that says open in a new window. In fact, let's add that now. Right, and I want this to open in a new window. If you want to add anything else within the footer section, feel free to do so, but this is all that I am going to add. Now, this is what my landing page looks like. Now, some people might say that this looks very boring. It's just so simple, it will hardly convert. But guys, this is how I build all my landing pages, and they convert at a very high rate for me. So for me, I know that this design and layout works. What I would suggest you do is to create your own design if you want, your own layout, test it with your own audience, and refine and improve it until you get a layout and design that's converting highly. But from my experience, simple is the best. So you just want to tell your reader what they're getting, insert a headline with copy that explains exactly what they get when they opt in with an opt in button. It doesn't have to be an elaborate or long landing page. In fact, I've seen long landing pages convert poorly or convert worse than shorter landing pages. Right? So this is my lead opt in page that's finished. So I'm going to publish this. Don't forget that you will also need to add your own domain. My domain is already added, so I'm going to just add a slug. So I'm going to leave it garden to table opt-in page and then click publish. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, perfect. And when someone clicks open, they enter their name and details, get chapter 1 for free. Okay, so this is the start of the funnel. Now, the next thing that we want to do is design the tripwire page. So let's go back to our dashboard, landing pages, create new landing page. Let's type sales. Right, so we are designing the tripwire page. So this page is what is going to come after the opt-in page. And on this page, we really want to encourage the lead to take out their credit card and buy before they leave the lead generation process, right? So there's a few things that we want to think about. So how exactly are we going to get people to buy now? So that's the purpose of the tripwire, to offer a very low priced product as an incentive to get them to buy. Now, typically, a tripwire product offers the user to get a high value product for a low price. So, one thing you can do is if you know you've launched your ebook and will sell it for $49, for example, you can tell the subscribers that if they buy it now, they can take 20% off the price. So they'll get it for $39 instead of $49. This limited time offer is quite a good incentive and may encourage people to buy now instead of waiting later to get it at a more expensive price. If you're using limited time offers or discounts, make sure you're using phrases like act now or limited time only. Now, for discounts, you can also display the original price and the discounted tripwire price prominently. So use strike through text to show the price reduction, reinforcing the value of the offer. Now, another way you can encourage people to take out their credit card and buy is to include testimonials or reviews on your Tripwire page. These are trust signals which let the prospective buyer know what other people think about your product and is likely to influence your purchase. So you can also include value added bonuses to sweeten the deal, making the offer even more attractive. So as you think about designing your tripwire page, have these things in mind, right? So here I have all my content ready for my tripwire page. So this is the tripwire page here with all my content of what I'm going to include. So I'm going to include a countdown timer, headline, content, call to action, what the ebook, the main ebook contains, testimonials, frequently asked questions, and then a final call to action. And we're going to take the same route that we took from the beginning to set up our lead opt-in page. So we are at the landing page template section. I have typed in sales, and this is an example of what I would be looking to build for this tripwire page. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this. Then I'm going to go back to the main section and let's type in blank because we want to start from scratch. And let's click on start building. So I want to mirror this page here, but I'm going to start from scratch. Okay, so again, we need to add our logo. So let's go to widgets, or actually let's go to sections, then section type, logos, and let's drag and drop that up here. Again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to delete the logos here. Click on edit image to add our own logo, and let's search for it. Use the paintbrush to resize the logo. Okay, perfect. So I need to add my ebook image, headline, and then some text with a buy now button. So let's add a second section here. So we have two sections, right? Two columns, one for the image and one for the text. So I'm going to click on the three arrows, edit section settings, go back. So where it says row, I'm just going to click the drop down button. Column, let's duplicate this. So now we have first column, which is the image, and second column, which will be our text. Let's go to widgets, drag the image, and then drag the text. Let's add the ebook image. Now this ebook image is too big for this sales page, so I am going to click on the paintbrush and just resize the image. Okay, so that's good. And then I'm going to add my text. I actually forgot to add the countdown section, so I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But let's add the headline. Let's format this and put it as maybe headline 1. That might be too big. Let's see, headline 2, perhaps. Let's change the font to Railway. We can leave the text size, and I want to make this bold. Let's see if we put it at headline 1. I think I prefer headline 1. Maybe this one I would add as headline 2. Then I'm going to add my content. I want to drag another text box here. And I'm going to add my main content. Let's make this again Railway. And I'm going to put line spacing as 5. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to increase the size of this image. All right, that's good. And then I also want to add my button. So this is going to be the buy now button, which I will show you how to customize in just a moment, because I want to go back and show you how I'm going to add the countdown timer. So remember that when people opt in from the lead opt-in page that we just created, they are going to land on this page. And we don't want to confuse the person who lands on this tripwire page, because they would be wondering, have I redirected to another page? You want to add some type of message to let them know that we have received their request for the free lead magnet, but we want to introduce a new offer to them. So I'm going to add a section here. Let's put section type as blank. We're going to add just one section. And I'm going to make this section blue so that it stands out from my page. So when they first land on this, this is the first thing that they will see. So let's click on widgets. In fact, let's go to the edit section settings first. And I want the background to be perhaps blue. Right, so they will see that as a bold banner across the top of the website. Let's go to widgets and add our text. And we're going to add our thank you message so they will know that they have their lead magnet is where their lead magnet is being delivered to. So I'm going to let's put line spacing 5. Okay, and we want this to be centered. Perfect. If you want to make this banner a different color, go to the 3 dots, edit section settings, and change the color of the background. So maybe you want it to be red, for example. Let's click on add, and you want the background to be red. You can just change it like that. Right, so that looks like a nice color. So I am going to just also bold this font so that it's easy to see. And then I'm also going to go back to widgets. And here is where I'm going to add a countdown timer. So let's add countdown. And let's format this countdown. So the aim here is to get them to upgrade to the paid product before the countdown timer ends. So if I were to click on pencil, let's make this as evergreen. So we're only going to have this running for 10 minutes. So they have 10 minutes to upgrade. You could change it to whatever number of minutes you want, whether that's 5 minutes, 7 minutes. So I'm going to leave it at 10 minutes, put it as evergreen. And then I want to also change the style of my countdown timer. So I can click on, I think it's the clock or the paintbrush. So you can either have it unstyled, block, or boxes. I like the boxes. If you want to change the style of the boxes, you can as well, to rounded corners or round. I'm going to leave mine as a square. I'm going to change the font to Railway. But I want, right, so this is how it looks. This is how it will appear, which is quite big in my opinion. So I want this countdown timer to be a little bit smaller. So let's go to widgets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add space. So I'm going to add a space on one side and then a space on the other side. And then I'm just going to open it slightly so that it comes to the size that I want. Okay, so that's much better for me. Right, so that looks quite good. So the first thing they will see is thank you for requesting the first chapter of my ebook, Garden to Table, which has been sent to your inbox. Before you go, get 20% off the price of the ebook when you upgrade before the countdown turns to 0. You will not see this offer anywhere else. So you also want to make sure that they know they will not see this offer anywhere else. If you want to bold, underline this so that they know that this is a limited time offer. You can even use words like limited time offer. And then I'm also going to put act now, right? Just to add a bit of agency. So that looks quite good to me. And then we have the main content here. Now let's go back to the button. I want to style this button. So first let's click the pencil. I want this to be full width in the center. And I'm going to add my click event. So my click event is going to be a pop-up where they will be able to enter their credit card details to buy. So let's click on add event, open a pop-up, create a new pop-up. And instead of saying, where can we send your free guide? Let's give them an instruction. Enter your payment details below. I'm going to change this type to normal text. Let's put line spacing 5. Let's increase the size of this to maybe 7. Okay. And then we want to delete the form because now we're going to add a checkout form. And this is where you will need LeadPages Pro because the checkout feature is only available with LeadPages Pro. So if you are on a free account, you will want to upgrade your LeadPages account. So let's click delete. Let's go to show more and then checkout. I'm going to drop that there. So perfect. We have our checkout where they are able to enter their email address and credit card number. Now, I'm not going to show you how to configure the checkout because I have another video that shows you how to connect your Stripe account with LeadPages. My Stripe account is already connected. Make sure to leave that video link in the description box below. But you want to make sure that you are connecting your Stripe account to your LeadPages account first. To add your Stripe, if you click on the button, you will see that that instruction that came up to connect Stripe. That's what would usually appear for those who are not yet connected to Stripe. But I'm already connected to Stripe, so I'm just going to select a demo product. I'll put test product here. And then I'm also going to select my price. I'm going to leave order summary on. If you want to customize any of the options, for example, your text color, you can do that here. You can also add an order bump. So for example, if you have another valuable product that you want to add in addition to your ebook, feel free to do that, but I'm not going to do so. I'm then going to move on to next integrations. I'm going to leave the lead notification so that when someone submits the form, I will get LeadPages will notify me that someone has submitted this payment form. Let's click next fields. I only want an email and billing information because it is a digital product, so I don't need any additional information from them. I want to make it easy for them to buy. Let's click Next Actions. And then where do I want them to go? I want them to go to a thank you page. I have not yet created the thank you page. So for now, I'm going to leave this as default purchase thank you page. Let's add our lead magnet. Now, even though it says lead magnet here, which typically is going to be the free product, the free ebook or the free first chapter, what is going to be delivered here is the actual paid for ebook. Since this is the form that they will complete, once they've completed it, LeadPages will deliver that product to them. So let's click on the drop down arrow, scroll down, add a new lead magnet, create a new lead magnet, and let's enter our details here. Okay, and let's click save. All right, so we have the lead magnet or the product is in our list. Let's go back to our sales page and let's click refresh. So you can see that your garden to table ebook is here. So that is what we'll bring in. So when someone submits this form, this is what they will be sent. And let's click save and close. And let's just change the call to action text. Just going to go back to sales page and my call to action is perfect. I like how this is looking so far. All right, so what else do I need to put? So I have my headline, my call to action, all of that has been done. Now I want to say this comprehensive ebook unveils the secret of, and I want 3 sections that is going to itemize what the ebook is going to share. So I'm going to click add section. Let's go to blank. Now, first, I want to add a headline. So I'm going to include a space for my headline. So let's go to widgets. Text, drag that in. So that's where my headline is going to be. I'm going to put type 1 railway. And let's make this center. Okay, now I want 3 sections below here. So I'm not going to add another section. Instead, I'm going to add another row and split the row into 3 columns. So let's go to the 3 dots, edit section settings, go back. This is the section that we are editing here. So we have 1 row. Let's duplicate the row. So now we have 2 rows. On the drop down column, we want 3 columns. So let's duplicate column 1 and then duplicate column 2, right? So I'm going to just name this and click save. And this one is the title and click save. Let's first delete this, delete the text. Let's go to widgets. And this time I want to insert an image and text. Right, so I'm going to itemize this and first insert an image and then see what the text is. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Delete this and then delete this as well. So let's first add our image. And let's add the text. Okay, perfect. So now I can duplicate this, drag this to the second box, duplicate this, and then drag this to the third box. So I wouldn't have to edit or reformat all the text. So I'm just going to replace my image. Okay. Next, I want to add some testimonials. So what other readers have said. Now I have 4 testimonials that I want to add. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to, again, add a section type blank. First, add my headline, widgets, text, headline 1. Now I want to do the same thing like this, but instead I want 4 columns, or actually maybe 2 columns, and then I will duplicate it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 testimonials. So let's go on to the edit section settings, go back. I'm going to close this one here. So this is the one that we'll be editing. Let's duplicate the row first and make 4 columns. Well, 2 columns first, actually. So column 1, let's duplicate that. So it's testimonial 1 and 2. And then let's duplicate this section again. So we have testimonial 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's delete this and let's go to widgets, image and text. And we're going to add our testimonials. I'm going to add an image. These are dummy testimonials. So I'm just going to find an image of a person. And I'm going to add the testimonial. Okay, I'm just going to delete this and let's duplicate this, drag it over so we wouldn't have to repeat the process. I'm going to edit the image. Okay, so I wanted the size of the image to be the same. I could, of course, crop this image, but just for the purposes of saving time, I'm going to leave it as this is. And let's just copy and paste our testimonial. Okay, perfect. So what I could do now is I can duplicate this one. Let's delete this section here and I can drag it to that section, and I can also do the same with this one up here. right? So we have our 4 testimonials. The next thing that I want to add is frequently asked questions. So again, as we have always been doing, add a section, blank, one section, widgets, text. So this is going to be our headline. Put it to the center. Then I'm going to add another text box to add my questions, so my text. Okay, perfect. We're almost finished. We're nearly finished. So the last thing that I want to do now is add my final call to action. And what I could do is, because I already have this call to action up here, I can duplicate this entire section. So if I were to click on the 3 dots and duplicate it like this, you can see that there's another section here. So what I can do now is I can go to the 3 dots, edit section settings, go back. So this is the copy of the first section that we just duplicated. And I want to bring it after the blank 3. So I'm going to hold down here and drag it so that it appears after this section here, which is the testimonials. Or is it a testimonial? It should be after the frequently asked questions. So that's blank 4. So let's move it one space down again. Oops. Right. So that should be good now. Yes. Right. And in this last call to action section, I am going to just insert my other text. And my call to action, get your copy and transform your urban space. So that is my sales page right here. Okay. Now, one thing that you may want to do is when the timer turns to 0, so that no one will have the opportunity to come back to the page and actually purchase it, because you want them to purchase the ebook as soon as they land on the page and get the discounted price. Because remember, we said here that you will not see this limited time offer anywhere else at now. What LeadPages does is that anyone who lands on this page, they cookie them so that the timer recognizes their visit and will not show them the call to action button, giving them a second chance to get the ebook at the discounted price. So to do that, you want to hide the call to action when the person or when the timer reaches 0. And here is how you will do that. We would need to put the actual button in a separate section. So we can do that by clicking add a section, blank, one section. And instead of putting the call to action button in the first section, we're going to drag it and put it in its own section, right? its own section. And we can do the same down here as well. Right, so I'm going to rename blank 6 just so that I can easily identify it. And you could actually rename all of these sections here so that they're easily identifiable. So for example, I'll put final CTA with image here, for example. And this one I can put CTA 1. It says blank 5. So let's put this as here. This one here, CTA 1. Right? And the reason we're doing that is when we get to edit the countdown settings, if I were to go to timer, so this clock, what we want to do is we want to, everything that is selected under the lock will remain when the countdown section displays 0. But we want to hide the CTA 1 and CTA 2. So when the timer reaches 0, it says choose how your sections display at expiration. CTA 1 is hidden and CTA 2 is hidden. So therefore, no one will be able to return to this page after the 10 minutes is up to actually make the purchase at the lower price. So that's how we do that. Right, so our sales page looks good. We have the main sections that we want. Let's publish this. And I'm just going to leave this garden to table tripwire and publish it. Now the last page that we want to create is our thank you page. So let's go back to the dashboard, landing pages, create new landing page. And this time we're going to create our thank you page. Blank, start building. So again, we're repeating the same things that we did before. So let's go to sections, logos, delete, delete, and delete. Let's find the image, our logo. Let's reduce the size. Then in this section is where I want to add my text. Let's go widgets and let's drop our text box here. And I'm going to just add some instructions to my customers when they purchase. Now you can see that I'm also telling them to join a community. So I want to insert a join the community now button. So let's add a button widget. And I'm going to click add click event and link to an external URL. So for now, I'm going to add it's a fake group, so it does not exist. And I'll click on open in new window. Okay, so I have my thank you page. Now, of course, you can add your footer section if you want to add any terms and conditions of the website, but I don't want to. So I have my 3 pages. Let's publish this first of all. And let's put thank you page. Garden to table thank you. Let's publish that. So I have my 3 pages here. I'm going to go back, landing pages. So I have my garden to table thank you page, my garden to table tripwire page, and my garden to table opt-in page. Now, all we have to do is just link these pages together. So let's go back into the opt-in page. We want to go to the edit pop-up and then click into the form to customize the form. We are going to go to actions, and remember that when someone submits the form, we want them to go to landing page and we want them to go to the tripwire page, right? Let's click save and close and update. Let's do the same for the tripwire page. So this time for the tripwire page, we want people to go to the thank you page. So let's click edit pop-up, click into the button to edit it, and let's click on actions, landing page, and this time we're going to select the thank you page. Right, so when someone makes the payment, they will go directly to the thank you page. And let's click update. And that is how you have created your funnel. Now, the last thing that we want to do, which is absolutely crucial before you make your funnel live, is you want to test it. So the first link that you will be sharing, remember you're going to share only the opt-in page link because all of these pages are interconnected, but people need to start at the opt-in page in order to subscribe to your free thing. So I'm going to copy this and let's test this out and make sure that it works. So someone lands on our landing page. They want this ebook, Get Chapter 1 free. I'm going to enter my email address. It then goes to the thank you page. You can see that it starts counting down the minutes as well. They will read, thank you for requesting the first chapter of my ebook, Garden to Table, which has been sent to your inbox. They will check their inbox and then they may decide, do I want this? So this is going to be $39 instead of $49. Remember, we can also add the price here if you want to. So let's say that they do decide that they want this. They can enter their details here. I'm just going to quickly enter my own details. Then it goes to the thank you page. Then they can join the community now if they want to. Let's make sure that we have actually received our books, our lead magnet and the book into our email. And there you have it. LeadPages has delivered the ebook, so you can download your free chapter here and also the actual paid product, so you can download your ebook here. That's it. That's how you create an ebook lead generation sales funnel for your digital product. If you have any questions about this entire process, please do leave a link in the description box below. Plus, don't forget to check out all the resources that I mentioned in this video, the 10-day action plan, and also the product launch email templates. See you in my next video. Bye now.